I put every player back on the team that drafted them. So the Sixers, they got Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Mikal Bridges, Drew Holiday, Jeremy Grant, Vucevic, Markelle Fultz, and so on. Ben Simmons, all the way down here. That's sad to see. Diable. I used to really like him. Landry Shamet. Thought he was the next JJ Redick. But yeah. So basically how this is going to work. I'm probably going to do 3 seasons. And we'll see what team basically has drafted the best in the last couple years. The Bucks got Giannis, DiVincenzo, Boban. The Bulls with Jimmy Butler, Kobe White, Derrick Rose all the way down here. The Cavs got LeBron and Kyrie, along with Evan Mobley. That's a really good team, Garland and Sexton. Boston Celtics with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, obviously. Desmond Bane, Robert Williams and Marcus Smart all on that team. Miles Bridges on the Clippers. Now, the Clippers were a hard team. They barely had any players still in the league that they drafted. So they might have some randoms towards the bottom of their bench, but most teams were able to make a full roster. The Memphis Grizzlies with Ja, Jaren Jackson, Kyle Lowry all the way down there. The Hawks with Luka Doncic. I forgot about that. John Collins. Not a bad team, not a great team though. Good amount of 80s. The Miami Heat with Bam, Tyler Hero, Triple J, Bol. Hornets with SGA and LaMelo Ball. That's a pretty good duo. Tobias Harris, don't get me started on him. Brandon Miller, Malik Monk. The Utah Jazz with Donovan Mitchell, Josh Hart. Yeah, not a great team. Jazz haven't drafted too good. Tyrese Halliburton is back on the Kings alongside De'Aaron Fox and Keegan Murray. Porzingis is back on the Knicks with Julius Randle, Emmanuel Quickley. The Lakers with Brandon Ingram, D'Lo, Kyle Kuzma, Zubac, Lonzo. Pretty strange team that the Lakers have. Sabonis is on the Magic with Paulo. Now the Magic are a pretty solid team. Dario Saric, my guy. The Dallas Mavericks with Jalen Brunson and Trae Young. That's a pretty good duo. Derek Lively. But this was another team that, didn't have a lot of players drafted that are still in the league. So they might have a couple randoms there too. The Brooklyn Nets have Jared Allen, Nick Claxton. Not a great team. Jokic and Jamal Murray still on the Denver Nuggets, but Rudy Gobert is there too. And Michael Porter Jr. Paul George is back on the Pacers with Miles Turner and Benedict. Also, Karis LeVert is there. Anthony Davis and Zion are now both on the Pelicans with Chris Paul. That's a pretty cool team. Cade Cunningham is still on the Pistons. Chris Middleton. And yeah, it's basically just the Pistons. That's crazy. Pascal Siakam is back on the Raptors. So is DeMar DeRozan alongside Scotty Barnes. The Raptors are a pretty good team. Sengun still on the Rockets with Jalen Green, Jabari Smith, all still on the Rockets. Kawhi Leonard is now on the same team as Victor Wembanyama and DeJounte Murray. Yeah, the Spurs have drafted pretty good in the last few years. I can admit that. Devin Booker still on the Suns. Sorry. DeAndre Ayton back on the Suns. Kevin Durant back on OKC with Chet, James Harden, Jalen Williams, and Russell Westbrook. Guy I'm not going to talk about. And Steven Adams. This is a pretty crazy team. The Thunder are always good in these videos, I swear. Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, got Larry Markkinen and Zach LaVine now. Also Andrew Wiggins and Kevin Love. Not bad at all. Dame Lillard and CJ McCollum, our teammates again. Steph Curry. Didn't really gain anybody, but didn't really lose anybody. Still has Draymond and Clay. Oh, Jordan Poole is back on the Warriors. Bradley Beal is back on the Wizards. Not a great team that he has here. Joel Embiid is the top player in the league still. Jokic tied with him. And yeah, there you go. There's every team. If the players they drafted went back on their team. Pretty crazy. I'd say the favorite is probably the Spurs. The Spurs could definitely be a favorite. I mean, the Sixers are still a good team. The Cavs are definitely could be a favorite too. Yeah, I'd say the Cavs. Yeah, the Cavs and the Spurs, I'd say, are going to be the two best teams in these 3 years, but let's go find out. And I know I probably sound like a record on repeat every time I come in here during the sim, but, every video I just got to thank you guys. Thank you, anybody who showed any type of support, even just watching the video. Thank you. And, yeah, if you're new, please like, subscribe, drop a comment. I'll respond to whatever you comment. You could literally comment about the most random thing ever, and I'll respond it. Tell me Cody Rhodes just won the WWE Championship. I'll respond. I just appreciate any type of support. And yeah, I mean, let me stop yapping for a little bit, and let's get right back to the video. And even when he's on the Atlanta Hawks, you cannot escape the Luka Doncic first year MVP. And when I scroll over, I promise you it's going to be Victor Wembanyama. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Ben Simmons was the sixth man of the year. And wow, that's actually pretty good numbers from him for a 77. It's actually really good numbers. Wembanyama also was the defensive player of the year, which should have happened in real life, but they're going to give it to Rudy Gobert, which I guess. The Timberwolves are just a good defensive team in general, but I mean, you could just look at what Wembanyama's doing, and yeah, he's the defensive player of the year. Argue with a wall on that one. Paul Reed, most improved player. SGA on the Hornets was the clutch player of the year. And yeah, it looks like the Hawks and the Nuggets were the two best teams this year. The Hawks going 61-21 with Luka Doncic on their team. And yeah, I was definitely not expecting to see the Hawks here. I was definitely expecting the Spurs. Or definitely at least the Cavs. But yeah, I guess. Here's the All-NBA first team. Luka, Embiid, Jokic, Ja, and Giannis. And Wembanyama made the second team as a rookie. That's pretty crazy. LeBron, AD, SGA. On the third team, Jimmy Butler, Donovan Mitchell, Trae Young, LaMelo, and Tyrese. And yeah, here's the all-defensive first team. Ben Simmons made it. That's pretty crazy. And so did DeAnthony Melton. Wow, that's pretty strange. I'll be honest. Evan Mobley, Giannis, and Vic all made it. The second team, Lonzo Ball. Good to see him healthy again. Hopefully he gets healthy in real life and can get back on the court. Praying for him to get better. Anthony Davis, Kawhi, all made it. Kawhi on the Spurs and Anthony Davis on the Pelicans. That's pretty crazy. All rookie team. And the second team. And yeah, let's get right into the playoffs. And in the Western Conference Finals, OKC was definitely a team that I forgot about. I don't know how I didn't have them making it with James Harden, Weirdo, Kevin Durant, J-Dub, Chet, Westbrook, and Steven Adams. I definitely should have known this team was going to make it far. But they're going up against the Nuggets, who, yeah, I mean, they drafted their duo, Jamal Murray and Jokic. Same with the Sixers. They drafted their duo too. But they also have Rudy Gobert and Michael Porter Jr., who is still on the team. But yeah, I got the Thunder in that one, definitely. Over here, we got the Boston Celtics with Terry Rozier, Desmond Bane, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, and Marcus Smart. That's a pretty good team, I'll be honest, as much as I hate the Celtics. But they are going to get dog smacked. Smacked like a dog by the Charlotte Hornets, who have LaMelo Ball, SGA, Brandon Miller, Malik Monk, Tobias Harris, Mark Williams. Yeah, I definitely see the Hornets winning that. Let's find out, though. And Nikola Jokic is the Western Conference Finals MVP, and Jason Tatum is the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And at this point, I should just stop making predictions. 4-0 sweep is crazy. SGA, you let him do that to you? That's how you feel? That is crazy. But yeah, it's the Celtics versus the Thunder. And yeah, as much as there's a weirdo on the Thunder, I think they're going to get this first championship. I got to be honest. And they do. 4-2, the Oklahoma City Thunder win the championship, and Kevin Durant wins another Finals MVP. All right, well, so right now it looks like the Thunder have drafted the best in the last couple years, but hey, maybe a different team can step up this next year. Let's see. Here we are at player progression, and yeah, I mean, things are definitely about to shake up. Things are definitely shaking up because, I mean, look at these teams. They are nowhere near what they were last year. I'll keep going, but hey, it looks like since these teams all got shaken up, we got to admit, the Thunder have the best draft in the last, let's say, 10 years. Or no, more than 10 years, because how long has KD been in the league? Well, you know what I'm trying to say. The Thunder are the best drafters of our era. Let's just be honest. They are. They are definitely the best drafters of our era, and 2K confirmed it. But the rest of the last 2 seasons, we're just going to do for fun. Wow, and these teams have really shaken up. I mean, they're completely different than last year. This is crazy. Kevin Durant is now on the Spurs with Wemby. And where did Kawhi go? This is crazy. If you guys want to check out any of these teams, go ahead and pause the video. I'm just going through all of them. But yeah, this is insane. Ja Morant is a 97 now. How did that happen? Hey, screw it. Tyrese Halliburton's a 94. I mean, yeah, this is going to be crazy. Let's get right into the season. And in the second season, Jokic wins the MVP, and he's still staying strong on the Denver Nuggets. I'll be honest, I don't really like Jokic too much because I'm an Embiid fan, but you're a loyal guy. I do have to admit it. You stayed on the Nuggets. John Atkins is the Rookie of the Year. Damian Lillard is the 6th Man of the Year on the New York Knicks. That's pretty strange. Wembanyama is the Defensive Player of the Year. Shaedon Sharpe is the Most Improved. Ja Morant is the Clutch Player of the Year, who's a 97 overall now. And then the Rockets, not sure who they have on their team, but they turned out to be the best team in the league, 61-21. And the Kings are 59-23. Definitely want to see who they have on their team. Here's the All-NBA first team, the All-NBA second, and the All-NBA third. Here's the defensive first team, Wembanyama, Giannis, Shai, and the all-defensive second team. Rookies don't matter, so let's get right into the playoffs. And actually, I just wanted to check real quick because the Kings were one of the top teams in the league. They have Halliburton, Donovan Mitchell, Brandon Ingram. Yeah, that's a good team. And who else was it? The Houston Rockets. Jimmy Butler, Jabari Smith, Sengun, and Jalen Green. Hey, I mean, it's pretty close to who they drafted besides, obviously, Jimmy Butler, their best player, and Vucevic. But, I mean, hey, they're a pretty good team. All right, I'll be back when we're in the final, or the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. And here we are in the Western Conference Finals. The Rockets actually didn't even make it past the first round, losing to the 8-seed OKC, who got swept by the Spurs. But the Kings did make it, and the Kings are a really good team. Donovan Mitchell, Tyrese Halliburton, Brandon Ingram, and Keegan Murray could just take this team to a championship. But they do have to beat Kevin Durant, bald Derek White, and Victor Wembanyama, who is also a really good team. Yeah, the Spurs are really good. This is going to be a good matchup. But over in the Eastern Conference Finals, we got the Detroit Pistons, who basically, I mean, besides Jarris Walker and Robert Williams and Valanciunas, I mean, their top 3 right here are all drafted by them. So it's pretty impressive that the Pistons made it this far. Cade Cunningham's usually pretty good in these sims, but they are going against the Miami Heat, who now have Brunson, Tyler Hero, Triple J, and Bam Adebayo. I mean, this is a pretty good Heat team right here. I think the Kings are going to win it all, though. My predictions are never right, so. And the Kings did make it. Tyrese Halliburton wins the Western Conference Finals MVP, and Cade Cunningham wins the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. Let's see how this finals go. Pistons take Game 1 and Game 2. The Kings come back, though, in Game 3. And I simulated the whole round. It went to 7, too. Sorry about that, but I was right for once. As Tyrese Halliburton averages almost 15 assists in the finals. That is crazy. What a series by him. And, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything as far as who they drafted. But, I mean, I guess you could say this proves that the Kings at least drafted pretty decent. But another question to put in play, doesn't matter if you draft good if you trade away the good players that you draft. Kings, Why would you trade Tyrese Halliburton? You did get Sabonis, though, so I can't even be mad at it. But, hey. All right, let me stop rambling on. Let's get to the last season. Here we are back at player progression. And Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey, I appreciate you guys for staying loyal. Mikal Bridges, wish you could have played on our team. Not too mad that you didn't, though. All right. And this is where the shakeup really begins. Jalen Duren is on the Bucks. Kawhi Leonard is on the Bulls. Jason Tatum is on the Cavs. Other than that, if you guys want to see your favorite team or any team that you were looking at, go ahead and pause it. Luka is now with Anthony Davis. Jalen Brunson and Bam. SGA and LaMelo are still together. Shaedon Sharpe and Keontae George. Tyrese Halliburton and Donovan Mitchell are still a team. They have Ben Simmons on that team too. That's why I was a little hung up right there. Randall and Lillard, Porzingis and Fox, Paulo and Kuzma. These are some strange duos. Trae Young and Kuminga. Jared Allen and Kason Wallace. Jokic and Murray are still together. Hey, Jokic and Murray and Embiid and Maxey, you guys are loyal players. I hope you guys do that in real life. Mobley and Mathurin. Benedict. It's a pretty weird duo. Zion and Bradley Beal. Cade Cunningham and Asar Thompson. And Jaden Ivey, still a trio. Jalen Green and Chris Middleton. Jimmy Butler and Scotty Barnes on the Rockets. That's weird. Wembanyama and Kevin Durant are still a duo, which is a crazy duo. Imagine if they played together in real life, the stuff KD could teach this man. He'd be a 99 by now. Devin Booker and Kyrie. I wonder what LeBron and Kyrie did. Apparently nothing. Chet and J-Dub, still a duo. Kat and Anthony Edwards, still a duo. You guys are loyal too. Don't think I forgot. Anthony Simons and Scoot Henderson are going to play their careers out in for the Trailblazers, it looks like. Curry and Brandon Pods. And not the greatest duo, I'll be honest. This is probably the worst duo. And yeah, there we go. I'd say this league has completely shaken up. And this is the third year. But yeah, I mean, let's see who can get it done this year. Luka Doncic on the Hawks wins another MVP. Lou Gill wins a Rookie of the Year. Jimmy Moore wins a Sixth Man of the Year. Wembanyama gets another Defensive Player of the Year. Apparently, Jamie Moore is just the greatest player of all time now. Steph Curry was the Clutch Player of the Year. And the Hawks and the Rockets, once again, are two of the best teams in the league. Here's the All-NBA first team. Here's the second team. And here's the third team. Chet Holmgren making the third team. He's a 94 now. Wow. That is crazy. SGA. Lonzo Ball, Giannis, Evan Mobley, Wemby on the all-defensive first team. Here's the all-defensive second team. Yeah, Chet had a great season apparently. Rookie team we don't care about. Let's get right into the playoffs. And in the Western Conference Finals, the 8-seeded OKC has made it. They're going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves with Lonzo Ball, Anthony Edwards, Cat, D'Angelo Russell. Not a bad team right here at all. Let's see who the Thunder have. James Harden, OG Anunoby, J-Dub, Chet, Cam Thomas, Nurkic, Weirdo all the way up at the front. And yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good team right there besides the oddball. But yeah, over in the Eastern Conference Finals, we got the Atlanta Hawks with Luka, Anthony Davis, Zubac, Dennis Fumble the Bag Schroeder, and the rest are nobodies. They're going up against the Milwaukee Bucks with Markelle Fultz. Screw that. No, I'm kidding. Respect to Markelle Fultz, man. Whatever happened to your nerves or whatever, I feel bad for you, bro, even as a Sixers fan. I just want you to be good, dude. Doesn't matter what team you're on. But yeah, all right, let me stop rambling. Dante DiVincenzo, Giannis, Jalen Duren, Trey Jones, Mo Wagner. Not a bad team. Not a bad team. I'd say OKC might even win this as an 8 seed. Let's see. And oh my gosh, Chet Holmgren, Western Conference Finals MVP. And then you already know you were going to see Luka Doncic over here in the Eastern Conference. But oh my gosh, the 8 seed just swept the 2 seed. That is crazy. Anthony Edwards and Cat. I can't look at you guys the same now. All right, here we go. The Thunder at the 8 seed take game 1. And they take game 2. And they take game 3. Is the 8 seed going to... Oh, I was going to say. The Hawks, though. Luka Doncic and the Hawks make a complete comeback. Let's go to Simcast. And it's close right out of the gates, but it always is. That's basketball. Oh, and the Hawks are going to take this. Maybe not. Yeah. The Hawks are oh my gosh. No? Yes? Maybe? Ah, yeah, it's over. The Atlanta Hawks, man, I really wanted to see an 8 seed win too. But it's just not going to happen. A close game, though. Definitely a close game. But the Atlanta Hawks do it, and Luka Doncic wins a Finals MVP. Hey, Luka, the way that 2K rates you, you better end up winning a championship in your career, or else 2K is going to look like the stupidest game of all time. Because this is crazy. Look who is on Bro's team. I mean, he does have it. All right, let me stop glazing. He does have Anthony Davis. He does have a great teammate, but I don't know. 2K really loves you, Luka Doncic. They make you the MVP every time. You got to be on the cover next year or something. But yeah, other than that, if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you. Like, subscribe, drop any type of comment you want. And yeah, I don't got anything else to say other than that. So, peace.